exaggerate a blobbish on this poor paper, but I will not use good parchment for these words. Not yet. I am not sure they should be written. I ask myself, why put this to paper at all? Will not this knowledge be passed down by word of mouth to those who are worthy? Perhaps. But perhaps not. What we take for granted now, the knowing of these things, may be a wonder and a mystery some day to our descendants. There is very little in any of the libraries on magic. I work laboriously, tracing a thread of knowledge through a patchwork quilt of information. I find scattered references, passing allusions. But that is all. I have gathered it over these last few years and stored it in my head, always intending to commit my knowledge to paper. I will put down what I know from my own experience as well as what I have ferreted out. Perhaps to provide answers for some other poor fool in times to come, who might find himself as battered by the warring of the magics within him as I have been. But when I sit down to the task, I hesitate. Who am I to set my will against the wisdom of those who have gone before me? Shall I set down in plain lettering the methods by which a wit-gifted one can expand her range, or can bond a creature to himself? Shall I detail the training one must undergo before being recognized as a skilled one? The hedge wizardries and legendary magics have never been mine. Have I any right to dig out their secrets and pin them to paper like so many butterflies or leaves collected for study? I try to consider what one might do with such knowledge, unjustly gained. It leads me to consider what this knowledge has gained for me. Power, wealth, the love of a woman? I mock myself. Neither the skill nor the wit has ever offered any such to me, or if they did, I had not the sense nor ambition to seize them when offered. Power. I do not think I ever wanted it for its own sake. I thirsted for it sometimes, when I was ground down or when those close to me suffered beneath ones who abused their powers. Wealth? I never really considered it. From the moment that I, his bastard grandson, pledged myself to King Shrewd, he always saw that all my needs were fulfilled. I had plenty to eat, more education than I sometimes cared for, clothes both simple and those annoyingly fashionable, and often enough a coin or two of my own to spend. Growing up in Buck Keep, that was wealth enough, and more than most boys in Buck Keep town could claim. Love. Well, my horse Sooty was fond enough of me in her own placid way. I had the true-hearted loyalty of a hound named Nosy, and that took him to his grave. I was given the fiercest of loves by a terrier pup, and it was likewise the death of him. I wince to think of the price willingly paid for loving me. Always I have possessed the loneliness of one raised amid intrigues and clustering secrets, the isolation of a boy who cannot trust the completeness of his heart to anyone. I could not go to Fedrin, the court scribe, who praised me for my neat lettering and well-inked illustrations, and confide that I was already apprenticed to the royal assassin and thus could not follow his writing trade. Nor could I divulge to Chade, my master in the diplomacy of the knife, the frustrating brutality I endured trying to learn the ways of the skill from Galen, the skill master. And to no one did I dare speak openly of my emerging proclivity for the wit, the ancient beast magic, said to be a perversion and a taint to any who use it. Not even to Molly. Molly was that most cherished of items, a genuine refuge. She had absolutely nothing to do with my day-to-day life. It was not just that she was female, though that was mystery enough to me. I was raised almost entirely in the company of men, bereft not only of my natural mother and father, but of any blood relations that would openly acknowledge me. As a child, my care was entrusted to Burrich, the gruff stable-master who had once been my father's right-hand man. The stable hands and the guards were my daily companions.